Should I buy now or should I wait a little bit longer to see if prices continue to fall? This is a question I have been getting on the daily, and well, probably because it's a really good question. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the forecasts for sales and prices in 2023 and 2024 for Canada, BC, and the Fraser Valley. And I'm also going to summarize the first month of 2023 for the Langley, Surrey, Abbotsford, and the Fraser Valley region as a whole. Before I dive in and go over this data with you, I would appreciate if you guys hit the subscribe button, the like button, and even better, that bell so you can get notified when more of my content comes out. If you want to book a call with me and talk about real estate, you can do so below by clicking the Caileigh link, which will allow you to book a 30-minute call with me to talk about all things real estate. CREA, which is the Canadian Real Estate Association, has just updated their forecasting for the first quarter of 2023. CREA has made an overall statement that says, the theme of our 2023 forecast is not recovery, but the start of a turnaround. So they've done up a chart here. The red line is the moving 10-year average for number of sales. The light blue bars are historical sales, and the dark blue bars are what they're forecasting for the remainder of 2023 and 2024. Now, when I look at this, what's interesting to me is that they're projecting sales will be quite similar to what we saw in 2022. That surprises me because the first quarter of 2022 is when we saw the peak of the market, and the number of sales was very high. What's even more interesting is that they think as of 2024, the number of sales is going to be above the 10-year moving average. Here we can see they feel that the 2023 annual percent change for sales in BC is going to be 3.7%. Moving on to 2024, they actually think that sales are going to be up from the previous year by 15.3%. Looking at Canada, it's projected sales will fall 0.5%. And looking at 2024 and comparing that to 2023, they feel sales are going to be up by 10.2%. So they're really feeling like 2024 is going to be a turning point in the real estate market. All the numbers here look pretty strong considering what a high we just came off of. I do have to say I was surprised to see that CREA projects that Alberta will see a decrease in sales by 4.6% in 2023 because everything else I'm reading about Alberta suggests that their economy and specifically real estate market is very hot. Now, when I look at the Canadian Real Estate Association's forecast, overall, they are suggesting that those 2 years are going to be good years for the Canadian real estate market. They're even suggesting that in 2024, they're forecasting sales to be above the 10-year moving average. What that also tells me is that they're quite confident that the interest rate uncertainty among consumers is in the rearview mirror, because if it wasn't, people would still be sitting on the sidelines, and obviously based on those numbers, CREA is not projecting that that will be the case. Buyers that are coming out and looking at homes today have been pre-approved and prepared that their rate's going to sit somewhere between 5 and 6% depending on what kind of rate they choose, and they're prepared for those monthly payments at those interest rates. Now, of course, nobody knows. These are forecasts. These are not actual situations, and maybe CREA is a little bit biased because they are the Canadian Real Estate Association. Whatever way you want to look at it, CREA does have their finger on the pulse when it comes to real estate, but still going to be a challenge is housing affordability. So prices have still not fallen down low enough to account for the increase in the interest rates. And this is making things very challenging for buyers, especially those first-time home buyers who unfortunately don't have equity to lean on from a previous purchase. A 1% increase in a mortgage accounts for roughly a 10% decrease in someone's affordability. I want to talk to you guys about where that leaves sale prices. We can see here, Canada as a whole, they feel that 2023 will have an annual price percentage change of 5.9%, but then will rebound in 2024. Looking at British Columbia, they feel that the 2023 annual percent change for average prices will fall 7%, and then again rebounding in 2024 by being up by 5.6%. Looking at the provinces across the country, we can see that they're projecting average sale prices will fall, except for Alberta. They feel in 2023, the prices in Alberta will increase. In PEI and Newfoundland, they're projecting for average sale prices to increase as well. No one truly knows the outcome that we're going to see in the real estate market. However, the Bank of Canada will have a big say in what does happen over the next year or two with their decision to either raise, lower, or keep interest rates the way they are. All right, let's shift focus and take a look at the Fraser Valley in more detail because it is February, which means we now have one full month of data for 2023. So we can see here that the HPI is down from December 2022 to January 2023 for Langley, Surrey, and Abbotsford, and the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board in general. I've gone in and taken a look at the Fraser Valley, Langley, Surrey, and Abbotsford market in terms of how many months of inventory there are, how many sales versus active listings did we see, and also what's the HPI for those asset classes within the Fraser Valley. The HPI is the home price index, and that is a price measurement that the MLS system uses. So it's the most advanced and accurate tool to gauge a neighborhood's price levels and trends. It's better than looking at average prices, and it's better than looking at median prices. It's great when looking at a larger sample of data because, as we know, averages and median price points can be skewed, especially when there hasn't been a ton of sales, which has been the case for the start of this year. Now, looking at the Fraser Valley, we can see that for detached home, there was 1,545 active listings on the market, and of those, 182 sold in the month of January. That provides 8.4 months of inventory, which indicates a buyer's market. Now, the HPI price for a detached home in the valley is coming out at $1,357,800. Looking at townhomes, we can see there's 4 months of inventory. That's indicating a balanced market, and the HPI price is $773,100. Condos, 5 months of inventory. That's officially in the buyer's market category, and the HPI is $503,700. Looking at Langley, we can see detached, there was 213 active listings in January of 2023. Of that, 45 homes sold, which is producing 4.7 months of inventory. That's falling in the balanced market category, and the HPI price for a Langley detached is sitting at $1,462,400. Townhomes, they're in a seller's to balanced market. I know 1 to 3 have indicated as a seller's market, but it is upwards and just getting into that balanced market category. And the HPI for a townhome in Langley is just over $800,000. Condos are sitting at 4.7 months of inventory, so that's officially a balanced market, and the HPI price for a condo in Langley is $549,400. Surrey properties, there was 227 active detached in January 2023. 21 of those sold, producing 13.9 months of inventory. So that is a massive buyer's market. So if you've been waiting to get into a detached home and you live in the Surrey area or want to live in the Surrey area, that is quite an opportunity there. The HPI price is coming out just over $1.4 million. Townhomes are sitting at a balanced to buyer's market. The HPI is $779,100. Condos, there was 84 actives, 15 sold, giving us 5.6 months of inventory. That's a balanced market. Again, arguably a buyer's market. And the HPI price for a Surrey condo is $536,900. Now, Abbotsford, I was curious to see this one because Abbotsford saw the most volatility during the peak to now. And that's again because everyone, as we know, was moving out east because that's where it was most affordable for people to get a piece of property. So detached homes in Abbotsford, there was 234 actives. Of that, 20 sold. That's producing 11.7 months of inventory. So again, if you're looking to get into a detached home in Abbotsford, tons of opportunity there for you if you're a buyer. Townhomes are sitting at 2.86 months of inventory. So the spread between a townhome to a detached is massive. So if you're in a townhome and you're wanting to upside and you live in Abbotsford, that is a great opportunity because you're still selling at quite solid numbers being in a seller's market. And then you have the choice of being in a buyer's market for that upsize. So HPI price for Abbotsford is $618,000. Condos in Abbotsford are sitting at 4 months of inventory, balanced market, and you can get an Abbey condo for approximately just under $400,000. You can see here, it's just the townhomes in Abbotsford that are in a seller's market. Everything else is sitting at either a buyer's or a balanced buyer's market. So taking into consideration what we are hearing in the news and the media about the real estate market versus what the Canadian Real Estate Association has been saying are two different things in my opinion. So another reminder, just be careful where you're getting your sources from. And again, just to kind of recap on what's happened, I know we only have 1 month under our belt for 2023, but overall just needing more listings here. There's not a ton of new listings coming out. So people that are looking at that $1 to $1.5 million range for a detached, I am personally seeing that is still quite a competitive market, especially those detached homes that do have a suite below that acts as an income helper for buyers to be able to ride out these higher interest rates in the hopes that they will plateau and hopefully come down, maybe not this year, but starting in 2024. So I want to know, what do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen for the remainder of Q1 or the remainder of 2023? Do you guys agree with the Canadian Real Estate Association's forecasting for the number of sales and average price points that we're going to see? Or do you think that they're out to lunch? I really want to know. And just a reminder again to hit that like or subscribe button if you are enjoying my channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to book a call with me to talk about real estate, you can do so below by clicking the Calendly link, and we can schedule a 30-minute phone call or a Zoom call. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.